गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवद्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। एकादश अनुवाक। वेदम अनुच्च इति एवं आदि कर्तव्यता उपदेश आरंभः प्राग ब्रह्म विज्ञानात् नियमेन कर्तव्यानि श्रौत स्मार्त कर्माणि इति एवं अर्थः। Up to the 10th अनुवाक, all whatever was to be said regarding karma, upasana, development of vision and changing the perception of this world through this new vision. That is the purpose of the first valli. Spiritual life means two things: a readiness to change our vision in the light of new wisdom that we have gained through the study of scriptures. One, readiness to change. Second, the ability to change. We are ready, but we are not able. That readiness is meaningless. And if we are able, but we don't want to change, then also nobody can help us. So what is done in this first valli, that right from the Shikshadhyaya, the teacher is trying to give us a vision by which we are able to see the divinity in and through every experience. We are able to interpret every event of our life in the spiritual context. If this is happening, then we have changed our vision. First portion. Second portion was the upasana and the karma. So, when the upasana is required and we are told the samhitopasana, bhur bhuvasva iti brahma, maha iti brahma, and then when one does the upasana of bhu, so bhur ityagno pratidishtati, bhuva iti vayo, suvaritya ditte, maha iti brahmani. So after giving this upasana, one should not mistake that karma is meaningless, and therefore the importance of karma, satyam swadhyaya pravachane cha, rutam cha swadhyaya pravachane cha, all that was told. Now in this 11th anuvak, the teacher वेदम अनुच्च इति एवं आदि कर्तव्यता उपदेश प्रारंभः. कर्तव्यता उपदेश, the instructions regarding the do's and don'ts. And these instructions regarding do's and don'ts, when they are given as instructions, there is no choice left. It is something like regarding the driving, there is no advice given. When a person is given a driving license, he is not given advice. He is given a license along with the rules and regulations. And he is not given also an option that you are allowed to break this vidhi nishedh. No. In the same manner, here the Upanishad gives the kartavyata upadesh, the instructions which are to be strictly followed without any choice for the student. When prag brahma vidyan niyamena kartavyani, before the dawn of wisdom, before one has recognized the truth, prag, purva, brahma vidyanat niyamena kartavyani, and they are to be practiced niyamena. This is another very important thing. Please remember this word niyam. Anything which is done with regularity alone is helpful for progress in life. For example, if somebody wants to learn music, now only one day I will do practice from morning to evening, and then next 1 week nothing. So that time the people will run away and we will not be benefited. What is required is every day, without a single day's break. This is why here we do not give you any holiday. Many people come and advise me. See, in other ashram they give holiday to the student. There is a holiday on this day. There is no Sanskrit class on that day. Why don't you give? I said, look here, what I have to do I know. You mind your business, let me do my business. Once this philosophy of laziness creeps in our system, even God cannot help us. Therefore, what is required is we should not allow even one day, even one particular period of our life to be given up on account of taking rest. No. It is very easy to put Swamiji's calendar and glorify oneself to be the devotee of Swamiji. If I rest, I rest. Swamiji said, it is for him, not for us. If we rest, we then become robust. Therefore, no holiday. Every day is a working day. Every period must be accounted. So even if we have had a very long day, late night, yet the next day must start at the same time. Let there be no hang up from the last day to spoil the beginning of today. This is the niyam, meaning of Brahma Vidyanat Prag, niyamena kartavyani. Then alone life remains meaningful. Kartavyani shrauta smarta karmani iti yam arthaha. Now, Anushasana Shrutehe Purusha Samskararthatvat. Now this is called as Anushasana Shruti. Anushasana Shruti means the declaration given by the scriptures which are not optional, but they are compulsory to be followed in life. Now why this is required? Because Purusha Samskararthatvat. By that only we become Susanskrita. By that only we are able to change our life. By that only we are able to evolve from a low lifestyle to something higher. So, Anushasana Shrutehe Purusha Samskararthatvat. Without the strict disciplining, nobody can evolve in life. That is why when our Swamiji used to be very strict as regards his disciples are concerned, it is only because of that alone those samskar are on us. Otherwise here, once you come here like a Acharya, as we have come, now here there is nobody to control my behavior. Whether I come 5:30 in the class or I don't come, whether I come at 7 o'clock or I don't come, who can question me? then who can control me? Only one thing. That self-discipline which is ingrained in every cell by my teacher, our Swamiji, that alone is functioning. And therefore, Anushasana Shrutehe Purusha Samskararthatvat. And once we learn and enjoy the beauty of self-disciplined life, thereafter we are not required to be told anything, first. Second thing, when we accept something on our own as a self-discipline, it is not a burden. And it will not lead us to tiredness. It will not lead us to frustration. And thereafter everything will be performed in a unique manner under fresh inspiration. Then alone we can function in life. That day is the worst day in our life, when we function under compulsion and not under inspiration. Then out of a spiritual seeker, a government servant is born. This is how happens in our mission. Many places they don't understand this principle, and they make the whole thing as a government office and rules and regulations. Why paper was not moved through me? I am the president, without telling me things are being done. So now only the papers move, work doesn't move. Because what is required is not the red tapeism. What is required is the inspired performance. So, Anushasana Shrutehe Purusha Samskararthatvat Sanskrutasya hi Vishuddha Sattvasya Atma Jnanam Anjasa eva Utpadyate. Now see how beautifully. Sanskrutasya Vishuddha Sattvasya. The one who is self-disciplined and therefore Vishuddha Sattva, and therefore he whose mind or the Antakaran is purified. So he who is self-disciplined and with pure mind, which is not under the influence of Raga Dvesha, Atma Jnanam Anjasa eva Utpadyate. One is able to discover the meaning of the self Anjasa instantaneously without any extra effort. Because now the mind is ready to receive the correct meaning of the scriptural statements. When the mind is already preoccupied with some hang-ups, such a mind can never understand. For example, when we say Hari Om, now if we are having some problem with some person in our life somewhere named Hari, maybe he has looted us, maybe he is our grandchild, maybe he failed 3 times, and 4th time he threatened his parents, if you don't make arrangements for my pass, I am going to kill myself. Then what can I do, beta? After I finish my exam, you go find out who is the examiner. Earlier days, parents used to be responsible. You parents do nothing. Now if that Hari is my grandchild, and I start my job, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, kab uska bhala hoga. So such a preoccupied mind can never know the truth. Therefore, no word in this world should remind us anything other than the self. Suppose Vishwanath, suddenly Vishwanathan, and the moment the Vishwanathan comes, So he becomes either the husband or the father or the son or the father-in-law or the mother-in-law or some kind of legal relationship. And where is Vishwanath? The real meaning and the spurious meaning. Therefore, Sanskritasya hi Vishuddha Sattvasya Atma Jnanam Anjasa eva utpadyate. It is said in Manushruti, Tapasa kalmasham hanti vidyaya amritam ashnute. So by the tapasya, by fulfilling our duties perfectly, kalmasham hanti, the impurities in terms of likes and dislikes are washed away, and vidyaya, by knowing the self, amritam ashnate, one attains immortality. Vakshati cha, and this will be said also in the same, this Upanishad, tapasa brahma vididnyasasva iti. It will be said that the truth is known through tapasya. So, lead a life of austerities. Ataha vidya utpatyartham anushteyani karmani. Therefore, it is essential that before the dawn of knowledge, we must live a perfect life according to scriptural injunctions. If you remember in Panchadashi, Vidyaranya Swami has told that if we have that vision that a Jivan Mukta Purush is he who has total freedom, he can live any way he likes, and thereafter if he starts leading a life of licentiousness like an animal, there he raises a question. Then Shunam, the dogs, and the one who knows the reality, what will be the difference between the two? Therefore, don't imagine that I should become realized in such a manner that there is no control over me, I can have total freedom, anything I do. Instead of that, why don't you think, lead a disciplined, decent life, come to know the truth, and become worthy of worship by the society. Keep that as the goal. Not because we get freedom after realization, like a dog has freedom to do anything, anywhere. That is not the goal. And therefore, ataha vidya utpatyartham anushteyani karmani. And therefore, before the dawn of knowledge, it is very, very essential for us that our life is extremely self-disciplined. Not a single hour of our life is unaccounted. Every moment of our life is accounted. We also do that. Morning 8 till 11 o'clock, sleeping. 11:30 to 12:30, sleeping. 1 to 3:30, sleeping. Accounted. It is not accounted, it is wasted. Accounted means no moment of our life should be wasted on account of the following things. 1. Procrastination. 2. Pramad. 3. Laziness. 4. Excessive sleep. If these form the major component of our day's calendar, then we are not justifying our existence. Therefore, vidya utpatyartham anushteyani karmani. When you will go in the field, you will understand. Here, how many things we are studying. And then some people come and tell us that how can within 2 years you teach so many things? So I ask them, kindly define 2 years in an academic institution. 2 years, 1 year mean maximum 175 to 180 working days. And then their course is for 5 years, 4 years. And here 1 year means only 365 days and 2 years. And in between, there is nothing but ragadabaji. That is why within such a short time, we are able to achieve so much. And the glory, what our Swamiji has demonstrated, is he who is able to achieve maximum in the shortest period, he is efficient. That is why it is said, if you want to get your work done in a city or a town, find out the busiest man. He alone will do that work. If he is doing 100 jobs, he can do 101 also. If you go to a person who has got all the time, हाँ मैं खाली हूँ, मुझे बताओ क्या करना है, खाली ही रहो. You are khali because you are good for nothing. Therefore you are khali. Those many people, they come to us and ask, Swamiji, now I am free. Tell what I should do. Why come in bondage? Remain free. If a person is qualified to do something, there will be no dearth of work for him. Our Swamiji used to tell, I remember, once I asked him something, Swamiji, I want to do this. He said, don't worry. When you become fit for doing his work, he will send you a lot of work. Don't worry. Don't run after the work. The work will come to you when you are qualified. Those who run after the work, the work runs away. This fellow will start doing me and spoil. Let me run away. Therefore, vidya utpatyartham anushteyani karmani. And another thing I tell you, whenever I have been busy in my life, that time alone I have done maximum work. Like last course was over. During that course, I have completed that Panchadashi. So after the period is to be over, I will go directly sit on the table and start writing. And during that time it was over also. Then my another book, this Amritanubhav, that I thought, after that course is over, I will get 4 months, I will sit in one place and finish it. And I was only sitting, did nothing. But now again this whole thing is going on in between, half an hour, 20 minutes, 1 hour, and it is going on and it will be completed. The busier we are, more efficient we become. Therefore, to develop this faculty, what is required is ataha vidya utpatyartham anushteyani karmani. Then anushasti, anushasana shabdat, anushasana atikramehi doshotpattihi. When it is said anushasti, means what? This has to be practiced without option. And anushasana atikrame. If you do not practice this by orders, doshotpattihi, you are qualified for punishment. See how clear, in clear terms. That is why our Swamiji always used to tell. I always remember one experience with him. We completed our morning class. I was in Calcutta at that time. Swamiji used to take evening class. So I came from my lecture for breakfast with Swamiji, and Swamiji sitting here, I was sitting next side. And then he came and he said, "Ha, Brahmachari, I also earned my breakfast today. You have earned because you came from a lecture. I also earned. From morning 3 o'clock I have been writing letters. So let us today eat our breakfast as we have earned it." Now these kind of small statements Swamiji used to say, and that was the way he used to give instructions to us. We have no business to eat one morsel without serving the society from whom we are taking food, shelter, clothing, medicines, books, knowledge and everything. If that is the ideal given to us by our Swamiji, where is the question of laziness? Where is the question of giving up anything? No. we have to continue throughout our life. And if we don't do it, now this threatening is there only because some people understand some particular type of language. There is a saying in Marathi which means the gods of the cobbler are worshipped with shoes. You should not give flowers to them. They require juta only. In the same manner, some people understand the instructions in a loving tone. And some people say, yari nahi karoge to tang tutegi. Acha, I will do it. Base my tongue. Therefore, anushasana adikramehi doshotpattihi. You will be subjected to punishment. Now, pragupanyasaccha karmanam kevala brahma vidyarambhacha purvam karmani upanyastani. So, all these karmas are to be done. This was already explained in the earlier anuvak. Prag upanyasaccha karmanam kevala brahma vidya arambhacha purvam karmani upanyastani. So before the beginning of the study of the Upanishad or the Brahma Vidya, before that it is necessary that we do our karma, etc. Uditayam cha Brahma Vidyayam. What is this particular phrase? Uditayam cha Brahma Vidyayam Sati Saptami. Because Brahma Uditayam, Udita. What is this word Udita? This is past passive participle. And Brahma Vidya is feminine. Therefore, Udita. And then this is the past passive participle. Therefore, this is the passive voice. And therefore, this is Sati Saptami in the passive voice. So, Uditayam cha Brahma Vidyayam. When the Brahma Vidya dawns, when one discovers one essential nature, abhayam pradishtham vindate, na bibeti kutaschana, kimagam sadhuna karavam, iti evam adina, karma naishkinchanyam darshayishyati. And once one has discovered the truth, uditayam Brahma Vidyayam, then abhayam pradishtham vindate, one is established in fearlessness, na bibeti kutaschana, nothing can ever frighten him. Kimahagam sadhuna karavam. There is no frustration. Posthumous. What is the posthumous period in life after retirement? During the active period of our life, that time never anything was thought about spirituality. And now one has become unfit for everything. And then one comes and thinks, now I want to do is spirituality. And when they start, the first thing is, why didn't you come in our life, oh Mahatma Ji, 40 years back? As if 40 years back there were no Mahatmas in India. This is the latest breed of Mahatmas. They are available, we are not available for them. And this is how the frustration which comes in the lives of the retired people, it is only because they have not purified their heart, their mind, their antakaran. So, for them, the karma upasana is essential. And once, uditayam cha Brahma Vidyayam, when the knowledge takes place, then abhayam pradishtham vindate, na bibeti kutaschana, kimahagam sadhuna karavam. These kinds of frustration. Why didn't I go for satsang earlier? These kind of negativities never come. Iti evam adina. By these kinds of words, karma naishkinchanyam darsheshyati. At that stage, having known the truth, then one comes to discover that the karma is meaningless. If the karma is meaningless after realization, how it is meaningful now? Why not give it up? So giving up karma under ignorance is bondage. And giving up karma with understanding and wisdom is freedom. At this stage, if we give up our karma, whatever we are supposed to do, it will lead to bondage, pratyavaya dosh. Therefore, darshayichyati iti. Ataha avagamyate पूर्वोपचित दुरित क्षय द्वारेण विद्या उत्पत्त्यर्थानि कर्माणि. Therefore, it is avagamyate. It is very clearly understood, recognized that purva upachita durita kshaya dvarena, unless we are purifying our heart and freeing it from the raga dvesha that we are carrying as a legacy from the earlier life, unless that is washed away, and that can be washed away only by the kartavya karma. So whatever we have to do, that must be done. If we are bypassing that, then it is totally wrong. So ataha avagamyate purva upachita durita, all the raga dvesha papa punya that we have collected, purva upachita collected, from that only the chit, chi is the dhatu, chi chayane, chita is the kta pratyayanta avyay. So chita is purva upachita, that which is collected earlier because of our karma, durita kshaya dvarena, that durita, that papa kshaya, destroying by that vidya utpattirthani karmani. Then avidyaya mrityum tirtva vidyaya amritam ashnute. In Ishavasya it is said, avidyaya mrityum tirtva, through the karma, mrityu is the adharma, papa punya, that is destroyed, and vidya by upasana, by knowledge, amritam ashnute, one is qualified to know the truth. Rutadi naam purva atra upadesha anarthakya pariharartha. So this particular upadesha, to removal of the anarthakya. Anarthakya means the unwanted presence of karma in the life of a seeker. That is called as anarthakya. So to remove that wrong notion that now I have studied Vedanta, now what is there to do puja? Now what is there to do karma? We are here only for learning Vedanta. Therefore, when you people do a lot of work here and also wash dishes, many people come and tell me here, but here the brahmacharis have come for study of the scriptures. Why do you put them into such hard work? I said, because afterwards they will work hardly. This is the time, if they are initiated into seva bhav, then alone they can lead a spiritual life. Please understand this point. Knowledge matures into love, and then the knowledge migrates from the head to the heart, and the love expresses as seva through the hands. And if the knowledge does not expresses as seva, then it remains only locked up in the head. And then such a Vedanti, they are called as Shushka Vedanti. Shushka Vedanti means dehydrated Vedanti. There is no ras in their life, and they are constantly demanding 101 things. Instead of doing the seva, they are expert in receiving the seva. And then such people, when they go in the society, there are many more demands. I want this way, I want that way. And such a person is only leading a life of illusion, that he is leading a spiritual life. Therefore, we must practice throughout our life. Seva is the first thing. And seva doesn't mean I go and give lectures, I have done seva. No. Normally what happens? One day somebody came here, Swamiji, we want to do your yajna. I said, you want to put my ahuti or what? Swamiji's yajna, swaha. only one ahuti. Chittam eka ahutim kshipe. Not many ahuti. No, we want to do your yajna. I said, I will not do it. Why? I said, it is Gita Jnana Yajna. It is not my yajna. So the importance is for the Bhagavad Gita, not the speaker. I said, if you are interested in doing it, I will give you one acharya, a brahmachari, somebody who will come and conduct and do it. No, we want to do your. And the second word. Yesterday also I received one letter from Madras, I think. And the language that they use, they don't understand what they are doing. That we want to promote and project you in the society. Look here. That is how they were also telling. That we must project our Swamiji and superimpose an illusion of wisdom. Therefore, here what is required is Rutadinam Purva Atra Upadesha Anarthakya Pariharartha. So we should not have that wrong notion that now we are Vedanti. Therefore, why we should work? Why we should take a jhadu in the hand? I tell you friends, when you will go in the field, don't hesitate. If you have to cook and eat, cook and eat. If you have to cook and feed somebody, do that. Particularly girls. Girls become very problematic when they go in the field. Because we have not come here to cook. It is not like that. Whether you are a Vedanti, Brahmacharya, Swami, you are in the female body. You have to live in that manner. When this is not understood, arrogance comes. And the fulfillment of a woman is in developing Vatsalya Bhava. And Vatsalya Bhava comes not because of being a mother. Vatsalya Bhava can come even in a man if he is able to extend love as a love for a child by the mother. In that alone there is fulfillment. And all other big lectures and all that is a part of the game. But people come to us not for knowledge, they come to us only for love. And therefore, here it should not be mistaken that after we have studied Vedanta, now Aja, I will teach you Vedanta. Lead a very low profile life. Serve everyone. Acha. This is what was said in the earlier Anuvak, Rutancha Swadhyaya Pravachanesha. Now what is said in this 11th Anuvak? Ihatu, in this Anuvak, Jnana Utpatyarthakatvad Kartavyata Niyamarthaha. Now here in this Anuvak, the same thing is repeated, but the purpose is different. What is the purpose? The purpose is that by leading the life according to these injunctions, we will become qualified to know the truth. So in the first, we should not have a wrong notion that karma upasana is unwanted. And here we should have a positive understanding. By this karma upasana alone, we become self-disciplined. And after we have become self-disciplined, then only we are able to catch the instructions given by the Upanishadic mantras. And therefore, here, ihatu jnana utpatyarthakatvad kartavyata niyamarthaha. So here, they are the niyam instruction which must be followed strictly without any compromise. Now, read. Vedamanucchacharyonte vasina manushasti satyam vada dharmam jara swadhyayaan ma pramadaha आचार्याय प्रियं धनमाहृत्य प्रजातन्तुं मा व्यवच्छेत्सि सत्यान्न प्रमदितव्यं धर्मान्न प्रमदितव्यं कुशलान्न प्रमदितव्यम् भूत्यैन प्रमदितव्यम् स्वाध्याय प्रवचनाभ्याम् न प्रमदितव्यम् देवपितृकार्याभ्याम् न प्रमदितव्यम् मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव यान्यनवद्यानि कर्माणि तानि सेवितव्यानि नो इतराणि यान्यस्माकगं सुचरितानि तानि त्वयोपास्यानि नो इतराणि ये के चास्मच्छ्रेयागंसो ब्राह्मणाः तेषाम् त्वया सनेन प्रश्वसितव्यम् श्रद्धया देयम् अश्रद्धया देयम् श्रिया देयम् धिया देयम् भिया देयम् संविदा देयम् अथ यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्त विचिकित्सा वा स्यात् एतत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता अयुक्ताः अलूक्षा धर्मकामा स्युः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन् तथा तत्र वर्तेधाः अथाभ्याख्यातेषु एतत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता अयुक्ताः अलूक्षा धर्मकामा स्युः यथा ते तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेताः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषा वेदोपनिषत् एतदनुशासनम् एवमुपासितव्यम् एवमुचैतदुपास्यम्. भगवान शंकराचार्य says, वेदम अनुच्य अध्याप्य आचार्य अंतेवासिनम शिष्यम अनुशास्ति ग्रंथ ग्रहणाद अनु पश्चात शास्ति तदर्थ ग्राहयति इत्यर्थः. वेदम अनुच्य अध्याप्य, having instructed, having taught all that is to be taught to the students in 2 years Sandipani course. Therefore, when you will be given Diksha, that time our Swamiji will tell, now chant Vedam Anucchacharyo. So, that time what is meant is this. That time there will not be any explanation, but this is the meaning. What is that? Vedam Anuccha, having taught the scriptures, Acharyaha, the teacher, Ante Vasinam, Shishyam, to the disciples, Anushasti. Anushasti means Grantha Grahanat Anu, after having taught. Anu means Paschat. Shasti. Shasti means Tad Artham Grahayati. Now, after having taught everything, all the Prakaran Granthas, then Panchadashi, Vivek Chudamani, all the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Mandukya Karika, Bhagavad, Ramayan, and thereafter Sanskrit. And after everything is Brahma Sutras, after everything is taught, now the student is ready to depart. And the society is running away. Now he is coming. So before he goes to the society, the teacher again, as if he is summarizing all what I taught you, my dear disciple, this is what it means. And therefore, Shasti Grantha Grahanat Anupashat Shasti Tad Artham Grahayati. He makes him understand. So what he says, Ataha avagamyate adhita vedasya dharma jidnyasam akrutva gurukulat na samavartitavyam iti. Therefore, Ataha avagamyate, therefore it is learned, it is understood that adhita vedasya, The one who has studied the scriptures, Adhita Vedasya, Dharma Jidnyasam Akrutva, without getting proper guidance about the kind of lifestyle we are going to lead after we go to the society. Dharma Jidnyasam Akrutva, Gurukulat na samavartitavyam. One should not leave the ashram, Gurukula. So before the disciples leave the ashram for good, that time the students are given some instruction. That all that you have studied. I remember once I was in Vrindavan, and our Swami Akhandanand used to be there those days. So after my satsang, I used to conduct satsang there. Swamiji used to compel every time. After that was over, and then when I was supposed to go, so I said, Swamiji, now I have to go today, because tomorrow I got a camp for the children, so I will be taking them to Uttar Kashi ashram. So he said, अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन एक काम करना भैया, उनको ब्रह्म मत बताना. How cute. Don't bother them with Brahma. Let them lead a normal life. So, this Vedanta Adhyayan is meant for us to practice in our life. When we are living with others, let us not lead extra specific life. This is one important thing. Again, from Swami Akhandanandaji, he always used to say that spiritual unfoldment is not becoming something special, but losing all the specialities, becoming commoner than the commonest is the real unfoldment. And for that, what is to be done? This is said. So, Dharma Jidnyasam Akrutva. Now here Dharma Jidnyasa means what? Receiving instruction from the teacher. Sir, now I am graduating. Kindly tell me what I should do when I go from here in the society. Now that instruction is given. Dharma Jidnyasa means what are my duties? If I am going as a brahmachari, what are my duties? So those duties are told. If I am going and getting married, then what are my duties? If I am already married, then what are my duties? If I am going to retire, then what are my duties? In this manner, all the duties after having studied the scriptures, they are spelled out systematically. Because unless we are aware of our duties, we will never be able to function effectively in life. If somebody is to be made frustrated, this is one technique which is used in all the places. Suppose Mr. A is to be made frustrated, and suppose he is very good in writing. So see that he is not allowed to write. And he is told, you go and weigh the cement bags and give. So in this manner, the frustration is introduced. Therefore, if I know what is my duty, then that duty I do joyfully. So, clear understanding about our duty is very essential. If it is not there, then there is always confusion. So, Dharma Jidnyasam Akrutva Gurukulat na samavartitavyam iti Buddha karmani cha arabhet iti smrutescha. And also it is said in the Smriti Grantha, Manusmriti, that karmani buddha, having known what are our duties, thereafter karmani arabhet, thereafter we should start doing our job. And when we start doing something, and then somebody comes, why you are doing this thing? I thought it was to be done. Why you think? Did I tell you? No. And then we get frustrated. Therefore, we should have clear vision. what is our duty, that we do to the best of our ability. Thereafter, keep our mind occupied in the study of the scriptures. So, katham anushasti ityaha. Now, what is the anushasanam? What are the instructions given to the disciple before he goes in the field? First, satyam vada yatha pramanat pramana avagatam vaktavyam tadvada. Satyam vada yatha pramanat avagatam. What is perceived, that alone should be said. If it is necessary, underline. Very essential. In Manusmriti, about speaking, there are 10 instructions. What is the meaning of speaking? And among those 10, there is one very important instruction which I like most, that we should speak the truth, etc., etc. Everything is true. But we should speak the truth if we are required to speak, not otherwise. So here, satyam vada yatha pramana avagatam. So whatever is perceived by us, that alone should be said. Now what happens because of this? Because of this, what happens is, our mind is not subjected to any unwanted tensions. Now take an example. Suppose somebody has come to me, and that person tells me, Swamiji, I have come to you. Please don't tell that person that I have come to you. Now to get rid of him, I said, okay, I'll tell. And then afterward that person comes and starts hearing, Acha, by the way, Mr. Kapoor had come to you. Now immediately there will be a speed breaker. Yes or no? If I say yes, satyam vada. If I say no, then there will be some kind of khatavata going on. In short, whenever knowledge is not expressed through action, vada, speech is action, karmendriya, and yatha avagatam, as recognized, is knowledge, meaning that life where knowledge is not reflected in action is not a spiritual life. This is what is meant. So in one place, Bhagavan Shankaracharya defines this word Satya in another yet beautiful way in Bhagavad Gita. He says Satya means what? When our words are able to convey and create the same knowledge in the heart of the listener, then it is called as Satya. Suppose I am talking about Brahman, or I am talking about some mantra, and I understand clearly. But when I talk, those who listen to me, they get completely confused. So as regard my knowledge is concerned, I have no doubt. But when I tell somebody, they get established in confusion. Earlier, like who came to me about 1 week back, came and started crying. I said, finish quickly, I'll finish my bath and then you should be clear. Okay? Cry. I went for bath. Okay, over crying, yes. Now tell without crying, because I don't like such a nice evening. I am going for satsang, and what a darshan. I said, no. Tell what happened. Then again little bit sobs here and there started. Swamiji, earlier it was never happening. What? I was never arguing and fighting with my husband, and he was also never arguing and fighting with me. But since we started going to study class, and our fighting is for nothing regarding the family matters. Even on the dining table, we will take some particular book which is being studied, and on the basis of that book, our dining table becomes a dharma kshetra, and we start arguing, and it has become so much. I said, then give up, don't go. It is not necessary. No, sir, we can't give up. We have to go and argue, and afterwards we have to become frustrated. And this is happening for last 6 months. Now I am fed up. What I should do? Why this happens is only because when we learn little bit of logic, when we are able to pass on knowledge across by a proper logical approach, one worse thing happens. And what is that? We want everybody to listen and accept what we have decided is right. So that logical authority makes us intolerant. That logical authority makes us obstinate, duragraha. And then we want everybody should listen according to me because I said like that. You prove logically, if it is wrong, I will change. The life is not lived with logic. Life is not a matter of fact. Life is a matter of love. And when there is love, where is the logic required? Not knowing this, we get lost only into this. Therefore, when the teacher says Satyam Vada, Yatha Pramana Avagatam Vaktavyam Tadvada. So let there be no contradiction in our knowledge and action. Let there be no denial of our knowledge in our action. If our knowledge is that we should not hurt anybody, then it must be reflected in our words. If our knowledge is we should not be jealous of anybody, let it not be reflected in our action. When this will happen, then alone the Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, it will remain united and helping each other. Otherwise, what happens? The knowledge is taking us to the east and the action is taking us to the west. And even if you keep Fevicol in between, one will be looted away the other side. Therefore, Satyam Vada, Yatha Pramana Avagatam Vaktavyam Tadvada. And why this is important? A person who is able to create inspiration in the hearts of anybody who comes around him, he alone is expressing Satya, the truth. If our words, if our comments, if our interaction or reaction is killing the inspiration of the person in front of us, we are the criminals of the highest order. Our Swamiji has always encouraged all those people who came with inspiration. He never killed their inspiration. And if we, because of our authority, because of our position, because of anything that we have, and if we are not able to maintain the inspiration of the next generation, then we have no business to condemn them, because under a huge banyan tree, no sapling can grow. Either the sapling should find out some other place, or the banyan tree should open up and let the sunlight come and nurture that plant. Therefore, Satyam Vada, Yatha Pramana Avagatam Vaktavyam Tadvat. Then second is Tadvat Dharmam Chara. We will see it next time. Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.